Okay,
All right.
here we are doing a live with Ineke from Luang Prabang, Lao, and Anna Seahawk from Jovel, Chiapas. And yes, I see you. Everything looks like it's going well. So, the topic that we wanted to do today was a quick little thing about the plasma Basti, and then to talk about fasting. So is that
Yes.
yeah? Did you get a chance to watch the interview that Megan McDonald had? Now I can't remember the other lady's name. That's really bad. But
No, I didn't.
oh, okay. So the PhD study that this woman did on doing the plasma Basti and the results that she had from that blew my mind. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that uh, to start
Oh,
things off here. And Bastis kind of go in with fasting anyway, hey?
what do you mean?
Like it's sort of part of it, like a way to when you're fasting, you're taking the waters back into your body and flushing. And fasting is all about flushing stuff out, also like getting rid of the toxins. So the Basti is really supportive of fasting. I
Hmm.
mean, I couldn't imagine
Yeah.
doing a fast without also doing a
Without.
Basti.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly.
And you just did a plasma fast, or you
Yeah, but
know,
I'm curious. Yeah, yeah. But I was curious about the Basti and the interview, like some of the insights you want to share.
yeah, I'll just quickly say a little bit and then we'll just continue with our own experiences. But so she, in her study, she did 2 weeks aged or evolved Shivambu or plasma and 5 milliliters. 5 milliliters.
Whoa.
Such a small amount. And straight across the board, everybody that success, she only did 2 weeks because she wanted it to be easy for everybody to begin. They didn't have to wait a really long
Yeah.
time to start. And 5 ml for the same reason, because she wanted it to be like a retentive thing, like an insert, which is what a Basti is. It's not an enema; it's just an insert,
Yeah.
um, and it to not to trigger anything. An evacuation to
To
actually
release.
keep it right.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So, and I can't remember how long this study went for. If it was 6 weeks, anyway, I'm not sure on how long it went for. But the thing was that up to 6 months after they had finished the trial, people were still seeing positive results in their blood work. And straight across the board, everybody had reduced liver inflammation from just that.
Wow.
So 5 milliliters.
That's mind blowing.
I know,
And
hey?
it was how aged was the plasma? You know,
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks aged.
2 weeks aged,
Easy.
and they did it for like they did a study for 6 weeks, but or did it? They do it for 2 weeks as well, and then
I
stop.
think the study was 6 weeks. I'm not sure how long it ran for. I can't remember that detail off the top of my head right now. But yeah, up to 6 months after they had finished the trial, they were still getting positive results. And some people were still getting positive results in their blood work. Like they were still seeing the effects of it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
the whole thing, it's a great conversation. And yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
I will
much mind
definitely
blowing.
look at it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's another great reason to start, and really easy, if you don't want to drink it.
Yeah.
the 5 milliliters is a teaspoon. And for anyone who's
Yeah.
doing a fast, I think it's a really great thing to introduce no matter what, even if you're not even going to do it long term, if you're not interested in plasma therapy or plasma fasting or want to have anything to do with it, 5 milliliters uh, um, Basti or insert or enema. So as we say, it's not an enema, it's an insert, but yeah, rectally, just to be clear,
Yeah. Yeah. Make it clear. Yeah. Good.
yeah, is a really amazing thing. And it's interesting because I just had a conversation with a woman um, few days ago now, and I hadn't even seen the video yet on that Megan had shared. I hadn't even seen that yet, and this woman was sharing with me her blood work that she got back from her doctor, and she was having liver problems, and the doctor was like dumbfounded. He was like, "Well, I don't know what to say. It's gone." And so he's like, "Well, come back in 6 months and let's make sure," because there was like this really big concern there that had just like vanished. And so when I watched the video, it was like, confirmation that in a way that, this is what's having the effect, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, amazing. So how was your fast? How many days did you end up, or like just yeah, how did that all go and how
Yeah.
did it start
Yeah.
and
So I
share?
like, yes. So I like, I think since last August, I like to do it every 2 months, 3 days, like a fast. And I really fast, um, yeah, mainly my own plasma, my own urine, fresh urine. And I noticed that I like to take in like moringa tea in the morning with breakfast or with kind of as say so to call a speak dinner because I have a family and I cook for everybody, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
that continues and I like the kefir water as well to drink besides my own plasma. I like to do that actually for the flavor. Yeah, I just like that. I this time I tried to do only plasma, but I didn't. The second day I
No,
felt like I really looked forward to do like water kefir as well.
I know.
And yeah, so how did it go? It was really fine, and the challenge was that it was really hot here, like the climate.
Sorry. Yeah,
So
you've
that
had
was a
a
bit
heat wave.
challenging. I felt a bit. We had a wee heat wave. And the funny thing was, this is very interesting to share, is that I did it at the end of my second cycle. And what happened is that I induced menstruation.
Wow.
So
Huh.
this was a great lesson. Yeah, because the hormones were already kind of like after their building up period. So I actually made it break down. Really.
Wow.
I induced the men. Yeah. So for anybody, like I'm 43 and a half, I would next time really plan it a bit more different. I would really go for the first week of in this case my menstrual cycle because then the hormones are still building up. And
Right.
I mean, it was not the period as I would used to have, but I really induced my period. It was
Hmm.
kind of, I have to smile because it's such an honest feedback from my body, you know?
Yeah, eh? Totally.
Yeah.
So,
And so that, and yeah,
how many days did you, sorry, just keep going.
Um, yeah, so I did the fast for 3 days and a menstrual, uh, yeah, outbreak. I don't know how you call it. Like induction was about like for 2 days, maybe two. I mean, I stopped. It came like the second day of my fast.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting. And then
yeah, very.
you went for
And
three
I wasn't.
days.
Yeah, two and a half.
Hmm.
Not that bad at all. I mean, what is bad? No, but it was just a great indicator. Yeah, and
Wow.
um, and I
And
was
so
amazed. Uh,
what
yeah,
was your sort of protocol for you said moringa tea, you did some other things. Did you
yeah.
about how much of your plasma were you cycling? Like percentage wise approximately?
I think it started maybe with like 90%,
Mm,
and then maybe the second day 70%, and the third day 50%.
nice.
And I do enemas. Like I don't do pasties as you do. Like I do at least one enema, maybe two,
Hmm.
and just how it feels. And I do it with fresh plasma, and I'm for half of it it's 300 milliliters, and I do half of it with aged. Like I
Okay, so
mix it.
you're doing a blend of
Yes.
fresh with aged. And you're aged.
Yeah.
About how old is your aged?
Now my age is about 4 months.
Hmm. Nice.
Yeah. But I make sure it's at least a month old. And nowadays it's usually at least 2 months. But I to be sure, like as an indicator for me, and it just do with poor. I just trust my what feels good for me, right? It's different, but I maybe it's for others from 2 weeks, but for me it feels good to do from a month old.
Yeah, I like it more aged than young, but of course, I'm just starting to accumulate again now. So,
Yeah,
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 I don't have anything very old right now. Like 3 weeks, I think, is my oldest plasma that I have right now. And
yeah,
right now, I'm doing like fasting has been a challenge for me right now, actually. And it's really something you have to be ready for. Hey, like, uh,
mm,
you can kind of plan like, okay, I'm going to do a fast, I'm going to start on this day, but it's like every time I've done a fast, it's been like a kind of a build up, like where I'm planning it, and then I have a day in mind, and then it might happen, but it might not. Like it really has to, the feeling has to kind of be there. um, for
yeah.
my for
Beautiful.
myself, yeah. So I did like
Yeah,
a 1 day fast, but I feel like I'm also still acclimatizing to the altitude that I'm living at, and a lot of other changes
yeah,
happening. So it's
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, you kind of really
Interesting
have to
you
be in
mentioned because yeah, exactly. Kind of you that you feel that that it's kind of stable enough to be able to do it, right? It's
Yes,
not too various around you. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. And fasting is so super powerful. Like, and then when you come off of a fast, it's really always interesting, right? When you start to introduce food back into your system again, and how that it feels like a it's cool that you did this on the eclipse. It's like a fresh, really like a fresh start.
yes, yes. It's really I know I like the feeling that you really reset your body or something, that you give your digestive system a break, your liver, your pancreas. It's really
Mhm.
like being able to relocate the focus for your body, right? For the cells, just really, I don't know, it feels really cleansing indeed.
Yeah.
And that's
And in your
but
studies
it I
of
really
In your studies of
So
hormones, how does the fasting, in your opinion, how does the fasting affect that part?
yeah, I think like for females, as I myself experienced, it can really, I'm not sure yet what it exactly the fast does with the hormones. It's in general a reset. We just have to be prepared when we do it to make it beneficial instead of a stress reaction for our bodies, right? Otherwise,
Good
we
point.
kind of induce more, yeah, like cortisol instead of like, yeah, the nice relaxation. We want to bring it to our bodies, mind and bodies, right?
Yeah,
And
for sure.
yeah, so like to be super specific about these, what it would do for our female hormones fast, I am not sure yet. I really realize I want to do more research on this, but this was a great indicator. Like the first week of the cycle is very fine, and but now for
Yeah.
me, I think the combination with the heat wave and just the end of the second week of my cycle was a great moment to induce
Yeah.
menstruation. Yeah,
And then coming
yeah.
off of
Without
the
feeling
fast.
crappy, actually.
Yeah, and coming off of the fast, how did you do with that?
Yeah, I start like I always have in the next, because the fast is actually 3.5 days.
Hmm.
Because I stopped in this case Saturday last dinner, and then I started back eating again on Wednesday morning, and I ate like some vegetables. I and still I ate. I know some people only eat vegetables with a bit of fruit, but I ate egg, like boiled egg. I did, and
Hmm.
it went really well. I mean, it's really like chewing well, being very calm. Yeah, conscious about digestion. It's really
Hmm.
like chewing back again, and even thinking like, or I can wait another half day. Like it's so after 3 days, like I can extend it. So no,
Yeah.
no, not this. No, I don't. Yeah, and
Nice.
but I was amazed as well. Like I ate Saturday night dinner last time, and I still had a very, very beautiful. I didn't have a stool, and I did enemas in between, but a normal stool after nearly like I would say 40 hours came out. Right? How long?
Hmm.
Even with regular enemas, how much is still in the body?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Whoa!
have experience with that. That well, I was in the last time I did a long fast, I was in Laos, and so you sort of know the story there. But yeah, I was
Yeah,
shocked to because I'd done long fasts before, but never that long plasma fast I did was really revealing because I the last long fast I did I never did enemas, and so to do a long fast with enemas and still have something come out of your body after
yeah,
30 some days like blew my mind. And that was,
yeah,
I mean, I was already vegetarian by then, and I had already done several short fasts. And you think you're clean, but we hold a lot more than we think we do. It's really revealing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And your
No, but it's
diet, are you a vegetarian then, or do you still eat some meat, or what
yeah,
is your
mainly
situation right now? Mm.
no. Yeah. So I am vegetarian. Sometimes I do eat fish, but really rarely.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm vegetarian, not vegan. I do eat egg
Yeah.
uh, on a daily basis,
Yeah.
and vegetables and protein, of course, like the coconut kefir, for example. I don't do milk, like
Hmm.
because we don't have grass-fed animal milk available here,
Right.
and yeah, so vegetables, fruits, coconut, milk kefir, water kefir, like the enzyme.
Hmm.
But it's mainly a lot of vegetables, some carbohydrates too, because that's what I like. But I think less and less because I feel the vegetable thing works really well for me. And of
Yeah.
course, with the moringa powder, works really well, like olive oil, coconut oil, um, garlic, onions, yeah, fresh herbs like cilantro, coriander, like whatever in the market is available, right?
Yeah.
And all sorts of vegetables. But in the mornings, I'm always like always carb free. I always do vegetables and proteins, not even fruit, because I really want to create like a
Mm.
stable sugar mirror. And my
Hmm.
idealist, which usually works out, is eating 3 nutritious, delicious meals a day, which
Hmm.
keeps my body beautifully fueled and energized and clean as well. So that works for me really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We eat quite a bit of fruit here, but it's a good balance, I feel, because we do eat a lot of high quality and nice veg. And yeah, when you cut out all of the fluff, like not too much carbs and clean food in general, it's just
Yeah.
a cleaner situation. But the sugar thing, that's the one nice thing about moringa is that it helps with, obviously you can overindulge in fruit pretty easily and have issues there, but you can't push things, always to their limit. But the moringa powder does help to stabilize the sugar in the body
Yeah.
when you take it in. But
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
The
Because your
enemas are
diet
so.
now,
So do you continue with
sorry.
the enemas? Is a daily thing for you, it's, as it is
Yeah.
for
One
us.
a day, uh,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
I measured my bulbs, and the smaller one was 50 ml, and the bigger one is 100
Yeah.
ml. So I kind of go
Yeah.
bounce between those two, and yeah, I usually do two a day actually. In the morning before my exercise, I'm still doing that, and then in the evening, I'm a evening shower person. So before I have my shower for the evening, when I go to bed, I have another small uh, enema or however you want to call it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it triggers a release. Like it's not so much that I've actually dialed it down so that I can retain it longer. It's not
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
instantaneous because if you do like bigger volume, then you're gonna want to go quicker
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
to give it
Yeah.
some
I think my
time.
ideal is like after, like if you have in the morning like a stool and do it after, because then it will retain longer, right?
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And fasting, so how often did you say you do? What's your fasting schedule? I can't remember you.
Yeah. Every 2 months.
Hmm. Every two
But
months you
now I
do
just
like
have
a 3 day
3 days.
fast or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have to see, because now I really want to listen more to my body and the cycle where I'm at.
Hmm.
So it's just a bit more consciousness in this. So I want to see, like, I would be already fine if it would be 2 days, and even I want to see if I can create a new starting point, or maybe every month a day, or
Mm.
let's see how it evolves, because I really want to make it fit.
Hmm.
And I think the listening to the body, as you say, like when there are many variables, it's more challenging. So how to make it more fitting
Yes.
in a nice way. And I think that's so for me important to listen more and more to my body and mind
Hmm.
because it's one, right? It's a great playful lesson actually. So I really actually want to go there because I know I can say every 2 months, 3 days, but I don't want to make it an achievement. I really want to make it work
Right.
as it's what I feel like in a loving way to give the
Yes.
body a rest.
Yeah.
So it's
So you
something
have like
to be,
you have like a bit of a
continue.
plan, but the plan is flexible depending on um,
Yeah,
all of the
yeah,
variables that we don't, all of the unknowns and the unknowables. So
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
And for you, because you are good in doing a day before you did a day or like what, just you did it more frequent before, right? When you were
yeah,
in a stable, when you lived in one place, basically.
yeah. We were doing fast pretty well, pretty regularly, but also like a little bit. We would skip once in a while, and however, and yeah. But we've done quite a bit of fasting. I wish I'd have kept a journal of like a plasma journal, and I was just talking about this on my last call. Because the friend I was speaking with was sort of reflecting back and reading back his journal uh, of his experience,
Yeah,
his plasma journal, and I was like, wow, I should do a little plasma, start a little plasma journal, especially now arriving here. It's like a fresh start with the plasma, really, and yeah, the
yes.
fasting is super
I think
powerful, a big
actually
part of it.
cool to start a logbook, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
it is true.
Hmm.
Maybe we can encourage each other because your memory doesn't memorize well with me.
Yeah,
I
and there's
speak for
these
myself.
milestones that we end up having that we kind of like maybe we don't, it's always in reflection that you learn so much, right? Like the just the whole experience of moving and all of that, and the time I spent in Canada with my family there, and now being here, it's I'm still um, reflecting back on that time and the experience there, and digesting what happened uh, during that time and learning from that. And also, same with being here, spending a month in a hostel with other people was really an interesting experience to observe uh, my lifestyle, like observe myself and my lifestyle, and that in amongst these other people. And so
Yeah,
now that I'm not in so much of a situation like that anymore, and to be in a different, better space here, or not better, but just different, and it gives me an opportunity to like look back at that experience in a different light, and
yeah.
yeah, and the fasting was definitely a challenge in that kind of a space. You really need to feel like in some way you need to feel supported around you and comfortable and at ease so that you can, as you say, do the be able to do the fast and not have it feel like it's taxing the body, and
Hmm.
more supportive. The experience is more
It
supportive
is
in general.
interesting. Yeah, because I think the third day I said to Olaf, I said, I wish you joined me for this fast. Just like exactly. I think I was a little bit it was challenging to line up with the cooking for other people again. And
Hmm.
it's of course, I mean, I do it with love, but I felt like yeah, I just want to get in my cocoon to feel this what I'm doing, and now I'm doing.
Yeah.
It felt like something I'm doing externally. I don't know. I don't say it's, but it was a bit interesting. Like the inner worlds, the digestive, non-digestive worlds in me, and then the outer worlds continuing with their eating And it was a
Hmm.
bit of like, hey, hmm, 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 not, not, not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first fast I ever did was really revealing to me. Like I'll never forget that feeling. It wasn't a plasma fast, but it was like you say, like I was cooking for all of my family and things were still going on the same for everybody else. And then was having this whole other experience, and it really revealed to me like how I was like, okay, food is our number one addiction. Like everybody, they, we're all
Mm,
everybody's eating more than they, not everybody, but the consumption,
yeah.
all just the volume and the consumption, and here you are
Mm,
without a need for any of it. So it's really a revealing, it's always sort of a revealing an experience in that way, especially when you're cooking for other people. And then
yeah.
someone
I'm
comes,
a bit
I'm
confused.
hungry, mom, I'm hungry. And you're just like,
Yeah. Oh,
no, you're
yeah.
not. But yeah, you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward in another moment to do like and at least I think like a 3 day fast or maybe even a week just being on my own, right?
Yeah, I was
And
just going
then
to say, you can really see how people like uh, go away on a retreat to really dive into
yes,
it and really connect and just be in
yeah,
that state and experience it without having all of this um,
yeah.
meal preparation that comes with being a
And on the
parent
other hand,
and this.
yeah, it
And
has
not
both
even
sides
just
because
not even
it
being a parent, like having a partner who isn't ready to do that at that time.
yeah,
So it's yeah.
yeah. And on the other hand, you make it really possible to do still to do so in a regular situation. Like the bar is not really high. It's just
Yeah.
like the lineup with the choice where you are, right? And I think that's what it's about with the plasma. Wherever you are, you can do it, or
Hmm.
you just, as you say, you do small 5 ml basties, or you do even like fresh urine rubbing only on your face, neck, and décolleté, and or maybe your whole, like there are so many ways to implement it in your own style. Like there
Yes.
are no in that way, there are just only happy reasons to do it, no excuses not to do it. Basically, everybody can implement it. Really,
Yeah. And it's so powerful. Even as you say, even in these small ways of introducing it, it's actually super
yes,
powerful for the body to feel that back again. And the plasma boots, which you've just kind of gotten back into or started
yes.
actually really, hey?
Yes, it's yeah, now the fourth week, and I took my boots with me to the butterfly house because my son is having holidays because of Lao New Year. So
Right.
yesterday I did a 2 hour plasma boots
Mm.
wearing. Yeah, I'm
And
very
how is that
excited about it.
going? How does that
Yeah,
feel?
good.
Yeah.
It feels great. I'm so curious how it evolves. Like it feels like a bit of an ultra experiment because of my feet. You know, this is already quite for decades in its way going on, and I'm really curious how it will evolve because of wearing these plasma boots. You know, on a regular base, like 4 times a week for 1 or 2 hours per time, or I sometimes it's the least is 1 hour, and sometimes it's 3.5 hours, just how it goes. But I try to keep track with the logbook, right? Just when I wear them, and I'm really curious.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really curious how that's going to unfold for you also. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been amazing to have someone close to me, like not physically anymore, but uh, it's amazing that we shared almost the exact same timeline with this journey, with
Yeah,
the
that's
plasma,
true. That's really
and
cool.
to really have a witness for that, that we see the change in each other, is so beautiful thing to have someone to share that with.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because I mean, every time I this is every time we get on a, well, even when we were in Lao, when we would see each other, I'm just like, how do you you
Yeah.
you just look more amazing every time I see you, and
Oh
again,
my God.
it's
Yeah.
just incredible. And I'm just back now with the boiled, using it
Hey.
topically. Like just in the last little while, like I got a chance to boil mine off, and um, applying that daily now. So I'm doing a little, because I don't have so much moringa oil at the moment. I'm really like rationing myself with that. So I'm doing mostly boiled plasma and castor oil,
Oh yes.
and then
Beautiful.
just a few drops of moringa, and applying
Yeah.
that daily, and doing like my face yoga routine, which varies from day to day how long I spend doing that. But I really feel such a huge difference from that. The boiled on the skin to me is just sweet. Maybe next time we can kind of dive into the boiled
Yeah.
plasma, because that's sort of like a hot topic. Everybody's like, "Oh, you don't want to boil it; it kills it." And that's not my experience for sure.
No.
There's nothing there that
No.
feels dead.
Yeah. I was
And
even
it's really
thinking like,
hydrating. It's dry
yeah,
here. And
yeah,
you're in the
yeah,
opposite end. Well, is it still super, it's hot, and well, it's sort of, it's more humid there. Here is very dry.
yeah, and especially
Mhm.
now where I'm saying it, we had last nights we had a thunderstorm
Oh,
and rain, which is so it's humid and it's yeah beautiful. Like everything. I mean, like you say like lush happiness. Like
yeah.
so, I think humidity is about like 80% maybe.
Yeah, it's like living in water.
It's
And
the
here,
least, you know.
it's the opposite. You still feel I mean, it's not lush like that. Like there's still a lot of nature around us here, but you really feel the dry. Although at night, um, in the morning, there's dew on everything.
Yeah,
In the morning is
beautiful.
like a totally different feeling, and then the it cools off here in the evening, and then in the morning, blue sky, and by 10 o'clock, it's getting warm. Not so hot like what you have there. We're at like almost 7,000 feet here, so
Yeah,
it's a different situation. But I really feel um, the power of that on the skin for the hydration, and
nice.
just feeding your skin on a whole new
Yeah.
level. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but I'm interested indeed. Like if we would only put boiled cool down plasma on our skin as an experiment, it's a kind of a serum, right? If you would only do that, you know,
Yeah, well,
what would
that's what
happen?
pretty much Lee does. He pretty much only
Exactly.
uses boiled plasma on his skin, and he actually just stubbed his toe really badly um, this last few days ago. And so he's been using boiled plasma on his baby toe, and pretty much amazing, like stopped bleeding right away and
Wow.
never bled again. And you can't really tell that there's anything, like he still feels the pain from it, like he had a really hard impact on a piece of wood, like a cut piece of wood. Uh, so it was like a harsh corner, and yeah, it's amazing how quickly the skin is healed, and like just looks like nothing there. and the black toenail that he had for, well, he was using plasma boots, but that was aged. But yeah, I don't know. His skin looks amazing. We
Mm.
didn't see each other for 2 months, and when I arrived here in Jovel, I was like, "What? He's darker than I am," which I've never seen
Yeah.
him tanned. I've only seen
No.
white or red, and I don't
Yeah.
know. Skin looks great, and he is really uh, layers it on. Like I've never seen anybody apply boiled plasma. Well, I haven't, but
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
lotion, he's just really diligent about about his
Yeah.
usage of it. And he goes through a
And
lot.
daily he exposes to sun in
Yeah.
mid afternoon at
He
15
doesn't
minutes.
really suntan per se so much anymore, but we're out in it. Like
Yeah.
every day since I've been here, we get up early in the morning, like just after sun, like, oh, I won't say too early, but in the after sunrise, and we do our morning workout in the sun. And then we have the tricycle, and we're in the sun. You can't not be in the sun here. It's just blue sky and sun like every day, and so he's always in it. But yeah, his skin looks great. It's amazing, amazing what it does for
Cool.
this.
We could make it an experiment, right? Just doing only plasma, boiled plasma on the
Yeah,
skin. See what
he's
happens.
definitely encouraged me. I don't like sometimes for my hair, I wash when I go into the bathroom, I wash myself with aged, but I don't when I go to put my lotion on or when I go to hydrate myself after, then I just put boiled. That's what I'm just started doing now because I wasn't so diligent about it when I was in Lao because I had, liters of moringa oil
Mm.
that I was
Yeah.
using, so I wasn't
Yeah.
so much using my boiled plasma then,
Yeah.
but I definitely am now. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that
Mm.
evolves in us over time here.
Yeah.
Topically, do you just uh, where are you using the boiled plasma on yourself? Just your face
Yeah. I
and
mix it like 80%. Yeah, 80% moringa with 20% boiled, then face, neck,
mm,
décolleté, and feet.
yeah.
And actually, the fresh, I got really inspired by one of these books written about like plasma therapy as well. The fresh urine, like in my hair, or I just leave it in and rub it on my skin.
Hmm.
Um, but that's the you were asking about the boils. That's what the places
Yeah,
where I put it.
sometimes like because my skin is so dry here, sometimes I will take a little bowl of fresh plasma and a cloth and I'll just wipe my body down to get my
Yeah,
skin damp because it's so dry.
yeah,
And then I'll add boiled with moringa oil
yeah.
and castor oil at the moment.
Cool.
So that's sort of my routine. And the same as you, when I go into the shower, I'll wash my hair with it and I won't be so inclined to rinse it out. I'll
No, it
leave it.
especially fresh is fine, and then it dries up beautifully, and it's so soft and
Yeah.
volume. It's great.
And I have a lot of new hairs growing still. Like my hair is
Wow.
getting thicker. My
Yeah.
hair was actually thinning
Oh
and
wow. Yeah.
it's still getting thicker. Like I can see all these little short baby hairs still coming
Cool.
in and still getting thicker.
Yeah.
Crazy. Unbelievable.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'll see how it all. Happy
Uh-huh.
2 year anniversary, hey? It's been about 2.
Yeah.
Is it past your 2 year? How many? Did you started almost in right away, right behind us,
I
right?
think a month after you.
So you're coming up close then to your second year.
Yes. And but
Yeah.
the enemas I started at the end of August of the first
Ah,
year, right? Before I
right.
just started actually drinking and applying on my skin.
Yeah.
And
And the enemas, did you, I can't, yeah, that was a bit of a struggle to start because we didn't actually have the right kit to do the job properly, but or comfortably. It's so much nicer when you have like the right tool for the job.
though on the other hand, like I still use the same tool, but I just managed my work around how to insert it in the most relaxed way. So I'm actually very fine with that sauce bottle because it actually has that nice little head which is easy to insert, like
Yes.
with some coconut oil, and I just lay on my belly, and it works really well. Like three
Yeah.
squeezes, and really I take my time, right? I just really make it a nice,
Yeah.
yeah, opening,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we wrap this up? And how long have we been talking for? Ooh, a
I don't
while.
know. It's already running before we really started live streaming, right? Maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah, something like, yep. You're almost right on 46. So perfect. I will stop that then. And so next time we talk about what did we say? Oh, the plasma. Anyway,
So we will
who
figure it out.
knows? Who knows what we're going to talk about next time? Next
Yeah,
time we're
yeah,
going to talk about something related to this.
sure.
Another plasma
Absolutely.
discussion.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you so
Thank
much
you
for,
so much.
yeah, for sharing all of that. And yeah, happy plasma fasting, everyone. And even if you're just doing a regular water fast, introducing a 5 ml 2 week aged
Mm,
plasma to your um, given inserted rectally, I highly recommend including that in your fasting journey to just help evacuate and get your bowels freed up. So thank you so
mhm.
much, Aneka.
Thank you so much, Anna. Lovely.